Welcome back to Friar Talk, everybody. Today, we got some fun news. Jackson Merrill was just extended to an absolute steal of a contract. We didn't go live last Sunday. I do want to say before we get into the Merrill stuff, we're going to go back to our Sunday night live stream. So after the game, Sunday afternoon, the first week was a little odd. It was the later on game. Sunday afternoon, we used to go live all the time on Sunday. The schedules kind of work now. So at least like one or two of us, probably three of us, a lot of times are going to be around. So channel's going back to that. Don't know how many videos we're going to do outside of the Sunday lives, but we're going to start doing the Sunday lives again starting this week, which I'm super excited for because, dude, this has been a fun Padres season to start it out with. So we're going to talk about Merrill right now. I'm going to get into a little bit, Tatis, just the whole team right now as we're recording this. The game starts in, I think, an hour to the exact minute. Padres are trying to go 7-0 to start the season. They're already 6-0 right now. You have the Merrill home run last night. I wake up this morning, look at my phone. Boom. Jackson Merrill extended 9 years, $135 million. I do see everyone reporting that. Apparently, the deal can get up to like 200 plus. I don't know if you saw that, Chase. There's a lot of incentives. And he has a 30 million player option at the end. But either way, like, this is an insanely good deal, an insanely team-friendly deal for the Padres. If anyone hasn't watched Jackson Merrill's not post-game, but like post-signing conference about it, like his press conference, it's really cool. I think it's worth a listen. He is just kind of talking about how he wants to be like one of the main guys in San Diego, and like that was a huge deal for him when he signed. He talks about like having a big role with the minor league guys, which we already saw a little bit of that last year, if you remember. Like he was out there like hanging out with some of those guys that he was teammates with, very, very recently. But Jackson Merrill, the dude he's 21 years old. Chase, we're like a decent amount older than him now. It's kind of weird now that we started this channel. We were like very early on, I think, in college when we started. But dude, he's 4 years older than or younger than both of us. So he's a kid still. Like he's getting a deal. And look, I think whenever these deals happen, like it's like the Ozzy Albies deal. Like honestly, I think it's like I really think it's comparable to that when you look at what guys are making now. But he basically said it like, dude, he's gonna be able to take care of his family. He's making $130 million. But at the same time, he's gonna be making so low market value, especially when arbitration is up, for 5 seasons. There's going to be 5 seasons where Merrill's in his prime making $15 million. So we've talked about this before. We talked about this when the Padres signed Tatis, because now Tatis's deal looks awesome, right? You look around the league and guys Tatis's caliber are making way more. Merrill's even on a way cheaper, way more team-friendly deal. So this is like, in terms of contract extensions and everything, we've talked a lot about extending Michael King because you need to extend, or potentially Dylan Cease or whoever that is. We've talked a lot about that. This is way better than any of those situations because you're getting such a team-friendly deal. We talked about Joe Musgrove when he signed his 5 years, $100 million, right? He got paid way below market value. He probably could have made $25+ million a year when he signed that deal. Now we have Jackson Merrill taking so much less. So I think look, we've been critical of the Padres organization. We've hyped him up at times. I feel like we're pretty optimistic for the most part, but like there's been times where we're like, dude, like this is just a mess. The last little stretch here, you have the playoff collapse and stuff, but overall it was a very good year. Feels like they're doing things a lot more correct now, and I think this just speaks to it. So, dude, I'm absolutely hyped. We're gonna have Jackson Merrill, Manny Machado, and Fernando Tatis on the Padres for 10 years. Let's go back. Yep. Let's go back 15 years before and tell ourselves that when they traded. We were just talking about this before we hopped on. When they traded Adrian Gonzalez away, you know what I mean? Like every time a guy had a good year, you trade him away. You remember when Jake Peavy was like begging for the Padres to keep him, and then they didn't? You remember that, right? We were little kids, but like that's what happened. And now you have just the polar opposite. So it's an awesome time, dude. But I'm very, very excited for this contract. Yes, the risk is like Jackson Merrill's young and stuff in his career, but look at how good of a hitter he is. Look at him as an athlete. He's just a great player across the board. Maybe he doesn't, keep outperforming his rookie year, but if he puts up his rookie year every year, this is still a hell of a bargain. So I'm pumped, dude. You're feeling the same way?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know if there's been a better start to a Padres season than this year. I mean, you start off what 6-0. You signed your young superstar to one of the most team-friendly deals in all of the MLB. Michael King looks good. Your pitching staff looks amazing. The bullpen held it down. Your rotation looks amazing. You got a couple guys that you signed for cheap looking really good, and Gavin Sheets. I mean, the team looks amazing right now. And not only that, like Merrill's making at minimum 15 million a year. That is so cheap when you look at everybody in the league. I mean, Joe Musgrove is making 20. Who else has signed recently? Rosarena's contract's more. Um, Bobby Witt Jr.'s contract's more. I mean, yeah, they're probably a little bit better than Merrill, but who's to say Merrill can't be on that level? Merrill's rookie season was incredible. He had I think it was a 5.3 WAR his rookie season. Who's to say he can't match that or better that at any given point in any given year? From the looks of it, he's hungry, dude. He wants to stay here. He wants to stay in San Diego. And, maybe, hopefully, this sets this home for other guys to be like, you know what? I like the team. I like the vibe. I like the culture here. It's all right if I take a little pay cut to keep the team together. Hopefully. Things can happen.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, you've seen it. It's not just him. Like Tatis signed his deal early, right? Of course, but also like with Tatis, it's like, dude, his deal is a bargain when you look at it compared. Yeah, Manny makes a lot, Xander makes a lot. I see people. I don't know if you. I feel like I see this every time. Like there's contracts talked about. People talk about like Yu Darvish's contract like it's bad, bro. Yu Darvish is making. Is also making like. Yeah, he's older, but his deal is not expensive. Look around at starting pitchers, man. It's not bad. Same thing with Jake Cronenworth. Like, yeah, he's had some down season stuff, but like it's still not like he's getting paid like pretty much like what like a above average player gets paid, and that's what he is. He's been a little bit above average. He goes up and down, but for the most part, that's what he's averaged out at. He's not some star player, but he's solid. Yeah, the Bogarts contract hasn't been that great, but Bogarts has started out the year pretty decent, I would say. You want to see some more pop and stuff, but he's had a couple nice hits in some clutch situations. But like all of a sudden, like you said, like Musgrove did that too. The next guy on the list is King or Cease. Let's see like what happens. See, they obviously seem to want to stay in San Diego. But dude, looking kind of switching off from Merrill a little bit. One, we got to talk about this, dude, and we're definitely gonna talk about this more about like just the team a lot more on Sunday. But Fernando Tatis in the leadoff spot, dude, he needs to stay there for the rest of his career, right? Like, yeah, he's not going to be in as many. I mean, he still gets RBI opportunities. That's the thing, but he
Because the
is
bottom of the
absolute.
lineup is getting on base.
Yeah, dude. And
Was
you
it
have guys.
yesterday he had 2 or 3 opportunities with runners on second and third?
Yeah, no, exactly. So it's like he's still being able to get it. The Padres lineup is still it's been complete this year so far. The pitching has been insane. Uh, you have these star players that are just like catalysts in your lineup. The bullpen, dude, like the starters have been good, yes, but the bullpen has just been. And you see that. I mean, anyone that's watching the games, you see all the numbers where it's like they've had a scoreless streak. Like this is the best scoreless streak that they're gonna have, and blah 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 blah. You can just tell like the guys look great. Yuki Matsui, bro, his stuff is playing so far this year. It's been amazing. So Jason Adam, like one of the most disgusting relievers in the league, 100%. Robert Suarez, dude, we talked about it.
Robert
The
Suarez.
Robert Suarez changeup, baby, it's there. It looks good. So it's a very exciting time. I mean, I'm absolutely pumped. I think everyone kind of feels this way. There's not a
Don't forget Motor Home. People were calling him out on Twitter saying that he's
that was
had
wild.
Motor Home looked amazing and has looked amazing, and he's held it down too.
Yeah, he got his save, dude. He got a save. That's like the argument. It's like he's not great in like super clutch spots. Well, hey, he already has a save this year in a 1-0 ball game. But yeah, dude, it's been a great start. Like obviously we can break down all the guys and stuff more and more, and on Sunday we'll get your guys' questions and stuff, which I'm excited for because I love doing those Sunday night streams. It's just like it's like the perfect time. It's like a week recap of everything that's going on. Um, but dude, it's just like right now it's like, dude, this is amazing. Like I'm home today. I'm not working. We got a game in 50 minutes. I'm so pumped. Like I'm so excited. And obviously it's early season, but it's just very exciting. I'll also say like I think this was the thought process last year, that the Padres and the Dodgers were the best two teams in the league, and it feels like the exact same thing this year, right? Like the whole second half of the year, that's how it felt like. Yeah, the Yankees had their torpedo bats and stuff, and they were in the World Series last year, but the Yankees just don't feel like a complete team. Like the Padres feel
There
like
were
they're one of
also
those
the
top.
Mets that were the hottest team in baseball because of Grimace. Like, we can't forget about that.
Yeah, but even them, like they got some question marks in the rotation. I don't know if you saw it. Sean Manaea had another setback, like it, and
Senga
it's
just
gonna,
got rocked.
yeah. So it's like there's a lot of question marks, and now the Braves look absolutely terrible. The Phillies are good, but
To be
they're
fair, they
kind of,
played us for the first 3 games, and we have looked
yeah,
phenomenal.
yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't say
No,
the
and then
Braves looked terrible.
they just can't hit with
They
runners in
didn't
scoring
get a
position.
ton. Well, how many innings did they not run for? It
I do.
was
I think it was 24.
yeah, it was I was gonna say it was something absurd because they scored in the second game and they didn't score anything after that.
Yeah. But dude, that's the thing. So it's gonna be. I mean, we got a long season, right? We're 6 games in right now, but it's like the way that you start the season, it sets it up so much better for the rest of the year. Like you start thinking about deadline moves and stuff that you can do, and it gets a lot more exciting. Obviously, the Padres farm system isn't where it's been at in past years, but they always have some talent coming up. So I mean, it's a really good spot to be in. I will say also one more thing about Merrill, dude. It shows that the new ownership's willing to spend. That right? Like, does it
Yep.
not? To me, it does. Like yeah, it's a lower deal and stuff, but like they're already putting money, like they're already paying guys, which I think is really encouraging too. So I'm pumped, dude. Like they're willing to just, hey, let's go get this guy. Like, yeah, this is a good deal, this is a good opportunity. Let's go get him. Um, and there's going to be some changes in San Diego most likely next year, just with who's a free agent. But it makes you feel a lot more confident about the future, especially when you go, okay, Machado, Tatis, Merrill, that's your trio for the next decade. That's unbelievable stuff right there. And it's been awesome to watch. So I feel like everyone feels the same way. But dude, I'm pumped. Chase, you got anything else? I feel like that's our quick thoughts on it, man.
Dude, we all had question marks going into the season. Looking in spring training, we had like a couple guys, or even Lockridge. Lockridge just looked good. I know we wanted Aggie or another Tirso Ornelas, which I think he should still be up, but Lockridge has looked good. Gavin Sheets has looked amazing. I mean, a couple of the guys that look good in spring training are coming out and rounding out the roster in a better way than we thought. And the team has just meshed super well. The rotations look good. You can't ask a better start of the bullpen. They've only given up 1 run, maybe 2 in the entire 6-7 games they're going to play. Looks like every guy can play every position. I mean, we're on top of the world right now. I don't know another way to put it.
Like legitimately, like almost a flawless start to the season, which is just
This is
awesome.
a flawless start to the season. I don't know how you could get this to be any better other than King signing a friendly team
Yeah.
deal, long deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way this could start of the season could get better.
Give King the Musgrove contract. All right, do that, and then we are absolutely hyped out here. Also, one other thing that the one like negative of this year is that Luis Ariz has been pretty terrible.
But
But
he starts off slow.
he starts off slow, but also like, are we really going to be concerned that Luis Ariz isn't going to hit for contact this season? You're like, it's like no, like this is like it doesn't matter. It's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I know Ariz is going to be fine. Like I can.
And he
He
hit
has
the
what, like
ball
7
hard.
seasons in a row.
Yeah. And he's hit
So
the ball hard. He just hit it at people consistently recently. Like there's a
oh
couple times where he's like, it went straight to the second baseman. That could have been an RBI single, but went straight to the center fielder.
yep, there
If
was
he
the
had
one
a
that he
little bit more
absolutely
power, those would
laced.
be doubles.
Yeah,
But
there was one where
he just
he absolutely laced it, and it would have been 2 runs if he would have hit in the gap, and it stayed in center. But he destroyed the baseball. So yeah, man, I'm pumped. I'm excited for today's game. But yeah, so if you're not subscribed, subscribe, do all that stuff. We'll be going live every Sunday. And I'm looking forward to it, man. And I'm pumped that we got Merrill Madness for a decade now, guaranteed, which is some amazing stuff. So thank you all for listening, and we'll talk to you soon. Go Padres.